seated. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce Ms. Danielle Mcculloch to open our 2021 graduation ceremony with an invocation. Danielle is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Steve and Kathy Mcculloch. Danielle's future plans are to attend Purdue University to major in pharmaceutical sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Mcculloch.
Hello, I'm Danielle Mcculloch. Please join me in prayer for the class of 2021. Lord, we ask that you bless this graduating class, and we desire that you be here with us this morning. I ask on behalf of those gathered here that you would indeed bless each of these graduates, give them the grace to make a difference for the good wherever they may find themselves in the years ahead. For those who will pursue further education, grant not only the knowledge they will need in their chosen fields, but also the wisdom to apply that knowledge to life as it really is. For those who will be going directly into the workforce, give them the sense of what is right and good and appropriate in the often confusing issues they will face. For those in military service, may they draw courage and strength from you. May they serve our country and all of humanity with integrity and honor. For all of those graduates and the families of which they are a part, we ask that they may make a significant contribution to the general welfare of society. May they especially be a blessing to those whose lives they personally touch. And now, may you be pleased with what is done here this morning. Thank you for your presence. Amen. At this time, will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Please remove your caps or hats. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome to the 58th commencement ceremony of Twin Lakes High School for the class of 2021. I'm Melissa Whitehead, principal of Twin Lakes High School. Welcome all parents, family, and friends here, and those watching from home. It is an honor and privilege for all of us to be here to share this special occasion with you. All of your educators applaud you for all of your accomplishments and perseverance that brought you to this point. Through your teachers, you've been inspired to have the confidence and determination to seek out your life dreams. As educators, nothing is more important to us than seeing each of you be successful in your life calling. Your teachers, counselors, administrators, parents, family, and friends over the years have all helped you to get to this point. We all are excited to see you here at the end of this journey as you cross the finish line of what you've been working towards the past 13 years. I want to thank you, the class of 2021, for your leadership this past year. We were fortunate to stay in school for almost the entire year. We were able to start school on time with some new guidelines and procedures in place. We were able to work together and figure it out. Underclassmen looked up to you, our seniors, to see how you were responding to what was our new normal. You rose to the occasion. You wanted to be in school and we made it work. For that I say thank you. For your cooperation, the example you set in your leadership as our senior class. I know you didn't get to experience a normal senior year. Who would have ever thought we would live through a pandemic? When we hear the terms virtual, contact tracing, close contact, pods, face masks, we will always have some memory come to mind. Virtual was a new way of life for a while. Zoom, WebEx, Google Meets, Google Hangouts, and livestream are common words we all know now. Your teachers really stepped up and some really out of their comfort zone this year. We made an intentional effort to focus on improving our teachers' technology skills. Our teachers learned a lot to enhance instruction using a virtual platform. Nothing can replace in-class, face-to-face interactions, but your teachers really did a great job this year, and we did close on occasion. It was a total team effort this year to keep our schools open. Our custodians and kitchen staff were constantly cleaning. Our kitchen staff was even able to continue serving lunch the day we lost power. Everyone, no matter what their role, did an amazing job to keep our doors open so we could have students in the buildings this year. Mr. Adams did everything he could this year to keep sports schedules going. Athletic events were constantly changing, at times even the day of an event. Mr. Adams and Mrs. Anderson did their best to find teams to allow events to take place. Our coaches and teams did a fantastic job being flexible and able to adapt on the spur of the moment. It was so great to have our spring sports back in action this year. It wasn't just sports. The performing arts were also creative and thought outside of the box on how to carry on. Mrs. Wilbank's perseverance always amazes me. One way or another, she finds a way for the show to go on. Very few schools in Indiana or across the states were able to pull off a fall play. She made it happen. Not many schools try to do a spring musical. Mrs. Wilbanks wanted to make sure our students' talents were showcased. And though there couldn't be a live performance, our community got to see our students' talents virtually. Mrs. Saylor, too, worked to celebrate students' talents virtually. She was able to put together a show choir competition that included 8 states. That was a huge undertaking. It was a great day of music coming together, even if it was virtually. Having the band concert and dessert cabaret at the end of the school year was a showcase of our students' amazing talents. And finally, it started to feel like we were getting back to normal. Winter Drumline 2 got to perform in person this year. Mr. Danny came to me this fall asking if we could have Winter Drumline. He was confident the season would happen with new guidelines in place. Because of his efforts, our Winter Drumline was able to capture the state championship for Twin Lakes High School. It's true there were things that we weren't able to do. We weren't able to have all our clubs like we normally did. We created teal time on Wednesdays to cut down on movement in the building. Clubs met as they needed throughout the school year. But we did have some unexpected bright moments though. One of the coolest things we had this year occurred during our boys basketball sectional. We were allowed to fill the gym up to half capacity. Our roadie section went from the floor to the ceiling. That was an intimidating sight for any team that we played here in our gym. It was great to host sectional, and even better to win the basketball sectional here in our gym. Our BPA group competed virtually for the state competition. We had several students advance on to nationals where over 6,000 students from across the nation and China competed. The in-person national competition in Texas was canceled, but we still were able to compete virtually. Our podcast team placed 14th, and our network design team placed 12th in the nation. Mrs. Padlow and her prom committee did a great job of transforming our cafeteria into a spectacular venue for prom, and your parents were able to pull together and make an after prom happen at Brandywine. And at the center of all this activity was our students, with our senior class leading the way. Class of 2021, I'm proud of you. You made the most of a bad situation. I know your senior year wasn't what you expected to be, but you provided great leadership for our underclassmen and led by example. And so today is a day of celebration, to celebrate you and all you've accomplished during this difficult time. You have proved that you are resilient. You were put in a difficult situation that was completely out of your control and made the most of it. Today is a day for you to be proud of who you are and what you've achieved. I'm proud to stand before you today as your principal to celebrate your success. The class of 2021 will forever be a part of history. You all have the tools to be very successful. You should be proud to say that you are a graduate of Twin Lakes High School. In closing, I want to say appreciate the little things and don't take the big things for granted. We shall be nothing but the best in future endeavors. We are all proud of you. On behalf of the Twin Lakes staff, congratulations, class of 2021. You will forever be a part of the TL family and history. Our superintendent had the vision from the beginning to get us back at our buildings and stay open for as long as we possibly could. I want to thank her for her leadership and foresight. She had to make this happen. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Debbie Metzger, Twin Lakes School Corporation Superintendent, to share a congratulatory message. Ms. Metzger.
Welcome, everyone. Members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished members of the faculty, class officers, families, friends, and most importantly, members of the class of 2021. It has been an honor and a privilege for all of us be part of your journey. A journey filled with wonderful memories of all those who have supported you throughout your education at Twin Lakes. Your parents have helped you, encouraged you, picked you up when you fell down, and loved you unconditionally. Our many gifted and talented teachers have helped you to discover your abilities and to develop an inquisitive mind. I assure you that although you are moving beyond high school, those same teachers will remember you, hoping their encouragement has traveled with you on your journey. Your coaches and advisors have nurtured you outside the classroom through lessons of cooperation, sportsmanship, competition, and compassion. There are countless individuals who have helped you along the way, some whose influence is known only to you. Then there are your friends who surround you here today. Nurture those friendships and carry them forward as new people enter your life. There are so many facets to all the wonderful memories you have collected. Remember to treasure them all. For your parents and loved ones, I'm sure it is hard for them to put into words how it felt watching you grow. A journey that started the moment they first laid eyes on you, to your first tentative steps as a kindergartner, to watching you become a high school graduate today. I am sure they're feeling a multitude of feelings. It feels like, how are we here already? It feels like awestruck wonder at the person you're becoming. It feels like realizing how fast time really does go. It feels like hugging you a little longer. It feels like dreaming and imagining the adventures you will have. It feels like letting go and wanting to hang on all at the same time. Your family has nurtured you. The Twin Lakes School Corporation has guided you. And now it is your turn to identify and acknowledge your strengths, talents, and interests. Find what you love, be passionate about it, learn all you can. Be considerate, be positive, and most importantly, be kind. To the class of 2021, I wish you luck as you go on your way. I trust you will make the most of the opportunities you have been given. With the knowledge you have gained in school, with the guidance of your family, and with the wonderful friendships you have made along the way, I am confident you will find success and happiness. You are now in charge of your own story. It is up to you, and only you, to write it as you wish and live it as you want. Your story is still unfolding. Go ahead and turn the page. Your next chapter is waiting on you. Congratulations, class of 2021. I am now pleased to introduce our next speaker, Ms. Taylor Hodgen. Taylor is the class president and the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Chad and Natalie Hodgen. Taylor's future plans are to attend Grace College for social studies education. Taylor?
Throughout my life, I've always heard where my peers want to go after they graduate from Twin Lakes. We talk about going to an out-of-state school, seeing the West Coast, traveling the world, getting lost in the hustle and bustle of city life. We talk about living our lives and never looking back. But before we all go our separate directions, I wanted to remind you of the place that connects us all. I wanted to remind you of the small dot on the map labeled Monticello, Indiana, the place where for many of us, our story begins. I remember the first time I felt like an adult. It was in the 5th grade, the day we were trusted to use and take care of our brand new Chromebooks. We're so excited to open up those shiny pieces of plastic and play some cool math games. And when we opened up those bad boys, there it was, a slip of paper with our very own username and passcode to get into our Chromebooks. The first thing we were told was to never share our passcodes with any other classmate. So, naturally, we showed every one of our classmates both our usernames and our passwords, just to compare. Our teachers didn't even look surprised. I'm still unsure about why they were so worried about us sharing those passwords, because we were 5th graders, and I'm pretty sure the most important thing we had on those Chromebooks was a running Google Doc of the class's high scores on Run 2. After the meeting of sharing and comparing our usernames, we noticed that all of them began with a 21. We had later come to find out that that would be the year that we would graduate. Who would have guessed, right? And as impatient 10-year-olds, you can imagine this new piece of information did not settle well for us. The year 2021 seemed as though it would never come. It was so far in the future that it didn't even seem real. But sure enough, that year is real, and here we are, the graduating class of 2021. A lot has changed since the 5th grade. Like, I borrowed 6 Chromebooks since then. When I think about my senior year, I try to make it more than just about COVID-19. However, I can't stand up here as a part of the 2021 class and not even mention it. We began to think about our senior year from the first time we watched High School Musical. But the plot of our story is wildly different from that of High School Musical. However, we do get to assess our edges with pretty cool face masks. Being a 2021 senior feels like waiting in line for a roller coaster all day in the hot sun, dying of thirst at Disney World. And when you finally wait it out and you're next in line, that roller coaster breaks down. I'd be lying if I said that we never let this pandemic bring us down, but I'd also be lying if I said that we let COVID define our senior year. If this year has taught me anything, it's that things in life change, and we are often dealt with situations that we had not planned for. However, we can choose to not be victims of our situation. Henry David Thoreau wrote, "It is the beauty within us that makes it possible for us to recognize the beauty around us. The question is not what you look at, but what you see." Unfortunately for us, this pandemic will not be the only obstacle we face in life. The only constant in life is change. But we can choose how we react to that change. Do we learn from it and adapt, or do we carry it with us like weight on our back? Do we choose to make the most of our lives and see the beauty within the change, or do we choose to be victims of our situation? Throughout my years as a Twin Lakes student, I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot of life lessons that I will continue to take with me wherever I go. And I couldn't be more thankful to have had the opportunity to learn these lessons with you. An old Buddhist proverb states that when you meet a true friend, you'll be bound together through space and time for 500 years. Which means that in the year 2520, the class of 2021 will still be out there causing chaos the only way we know how, by throwing apples at Mrs. Whitehead during school convocations. To clarify, it wasn't me who threw the apple, but I'm not about to snitch. I am so grateful for the years I've been a part of this tribe, for all the memories we share and all the chances we've had to grow. I will continue to lead by your example wherever I may go. Although yes, for many, our town is just a dot on the map, and Twin Lakes is just another high school. But to us, this is where we got our first taste of freedom, where we met our friends who sure enough became our family. And of course, this is where we learned about how passionate some of us can get about a chicken patty sandwich. This is the first chapter of our stories, so before we all get busy writing chapter 2, I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of my story. And I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of yours. I can't imagine a better place with better people to begin my story than the small dot on the map. Thank you.
We would next like to introduce to you our Salutatorian, Mr. Louis Dellinger. Louis is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Dow and Stephanie Dellinger. His future plans are to attend Wabash College and major in engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Dellinger.
Hello everyone. I would like to start by saying, if anyone has ever told you to imagine a crowd in their underwear while you're giving this speech, don't listen to them. It's just weird knowing Coach Silence is sitting behind me half naked right now. On a more serious note, seniors, What a crazy high school career we've just been through. We were not allowed to go to convocations because of Apple, like Taylor said. We've been at school with no power, and we've seen a fight over a chicken patty. Come on, how about that? And I guess we have been through, and are still going through a pandemic, but that seems a little irrelevant compared to other things. Let's talk about some cool experiences. Speaking of those experiences, I would like to say something about all the experiences in high school. Do not forget them. This has been the first stage in our lives where we have been on our own and experienced the first bit of freedom. What we have done with that is different for everyone. Some people have succeeded and reached their goals, but some have stumbled and failed. The students that speak in front of you today have succeeded and landed themselves at the top of their class. Yes, that has helped us for a few things such as college admissions, scholarships, and other things of that sort. But in the long run, what does that really mean? To be brutally honest, and teachers, I'm sorry to say this, but in high school you really learn the very least in the classroom. High school teaches you how to make relationships and how to deal with problems on your own. That is where you can make the most out of high school. Yeah, some of us learned how to do algebra. Well, at least, some of us did. But being outside of school and making lifelong friends is what high school is all about. The sad part about it is that we will never walk these hallways again. We won't ever get to school in the morning and walk with our best buds in the school. We're all going to head our separate ways in just a few months. Some of us won't see certain friends until a reunion down the road. Although that is a hard pill to swallow, you must remember all the fun times and lessons learned with all your friends. Do not forget how you made those relationships and cherish the time you had together. Although the time is running out, great things are all ahead of us. We have made it to the final goal. Everyone here has suffered through Mr. Brown's econ class. And Mr. Brown, if you're here, I'm just joking. Your class is fun. But we are finally walking. From this point on, we are all at the same point. We all get a fresh start and can overcome anything that stands in front of us. We are probably the most flexible class to ever go through Twin Lakes, with all the things we have had to endure in the past year. The past year has instilled some great qualities in all of us. It has brought us all closer together as a class, while individually we're supposed to be socially distancing. I know for a fact that the things I accomplished in high school I could not have done by myself, specifically in athletics. I want to thank all my coaches and teammates for always having my back and helping me achieve so much, especially Noah, Kahari, and Gage, who stuck with me through all the hard times in basketball. We grinded it out and overcame so many obstacles to reach what we were always wanting, the sectional championship. This isn't in here, but I want to thank all the guys on the football team and the golf team as well. You guys are brothers, and I love you guys for life. I want to thank the teachers as well, in particular Miss Rogers and Miss Taylor, who are sitting over here. I can speak for a lot of us sitting here today that you guys have helped us out more than you know. Seniors, this has been a heck of a ride, and I want to thank all of you guys for making my personal high school experience amazing. We can do whatever we strive for. As the great Post Malone once said, congratulations.
now my honor and pleasure to introduce Twin Lakes High School Class of 2021's valedictorian, Ms. Akina Lindley. Akina is the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Lindley and Ms. Holly Connor. Her future plans are to attend Vanderbilt University and major in pre-law and political science. Ladies and gentlemen, Akina Lindley.
Before I begin, I would like to thank my family for their unconditional love and support, and I would like to thank our teachers and the staff at Twin Lakes High School. Without your patience and guidance, none of us would be here today. You have all inspired us so much, and your dedication has not gone unnoticed. Throughout the past 4 years, we have seen the world through multiple lenses. In math, we saw it as something that could be quantified. In science, we learned that it could be broken down into particles and explained through evolution. And in history, we learned that we got here because of human production and mistake. The world has been painted as something both magnificent and disturbed, beautiful and terrifying. But if there is one thing that we have learned through every lens of our education, it is that we have the ability to change it. Harriet Tubman once said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer." Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. But what kind of passion must you have to change the world? We perceive the act of change as something that must be major. When we think about those that change the world, we think of activists, politicians, and even religious leaders. But these are not the only paths to an impactful life. We must not forget that change derives from passion and inspiration. And if you aren't doing what you love, the change you make will not be one that is ideal. So when you think of the passion that it takes to change the world, think about the things that make you come alive. In 1903, the Wright brothers flew the first successful powered aircraft. When asked why they were interested in flight, their answer was always, for fun. They had the curiosity and the passion to do something that made them light up with enthusiasm. And that passion is the reason we have nearly 150,000 flights a day, all around the world. So don't just dedicate yourself to a life you merely endure. If you love to write, become an author. If you want to play music, start your own band. Because if you want to change the world, you simply do what you love. Dedicate yourself to sharing your passion. Because the small impacts you make in the things and the people you love will be a catalyst for something much bigger. But passion alone will not create true change. Your passion must include compassion, empathy, and virtue. Because those are the elements that generate meaningful action. And we can be the ones that take that action. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." If we want to change the world, we have to stop diffusing our responsibility on injustice. We have to stop treating it like it's someone else's fight. Because this is our fight, and indifferent passion is not a response. As we move forward, we have to commit to being caring people. We have to look past our own perspectives and try to see the world through others' experiences and emotions. Because there is a shortage of empathy, and empathy is just the beginning. Our empathy needs to be a call to action, a call to do better, a call to stand up and fight against what is wrong. Morality and compassion have to be incorporated into why and how we will contribute to the world. Because without them, are we really making a difference? I understand that this notion of changing the world is vague and maybe even naive. But through every lens of our education, we have been given the means to succeed. Math, literature, science, history, All of these subjects are the tools we have been given to shape a better tomorrow. After today, we will go down our individual paths. We will be teachers, first responders, engineers, technicians, and more. We will change the world, and you will make a difference. But you are the only one that decides the impact you make. You are the only one that decides whether your contribution is positive. Because history is not something reserved for the past. It is being made right now with us. So moving forward, we have to remember the importance of passion. And we have to remember that empathy and morality must be included in that passion. Because the class of 2021 is going to make a difference. And it begins today. Thank you.
Thank you, Akina. Ms. Mesker, as principal of Twin Lakes High School, I hereby certify that the graduates sitting here today, Saturday, May 29th, 2021, have met the requirements as prescribed by the Indiana Department of Education and the Twin Lakes Board of Trustees. Therefore, it's my privilege and honor to present to you the class of 2021. They're now ready to receive a diploma or certificate of course completion, signifying that each one has successfully completed the curricular requirements of Twin Lakes High School. It's my pleasure to introduce Twin Lakes High School Assistant Principal, Mrs. Desiree Swain, to present the individual graduates, Twin Lakes School Corporation Superintendent, Ms. Debbie Mesker, to receive their diploma. Mrs. Swain.
First row, please stand. Akina Marie Lindley. Danielle Jude McCulloch. Brant Michael Waltz. Shayla Covarrubias. Kiera Kathleen Johnston. Nathaniel William Burns. Caden David Moeller. Natalie Rodriguez. Alexander Nicholas Oliver. Louis Defoe Dellinger. Taylor Nicole Hodgen. Megan Marie Aker. Emily Nicole Alma. Guadalupe Amador. Annette Hasibe Aragon. Juan Nehemias Arivalo. Savannah Braylon Asbell. Karen Vanessa Avendana Ortega. Keith Drew Barnes. Reese Kenneth Bartlett. Haley Marie Beach. Haley Nicole Bean. Kyle Edward Weiswinger. Hunter Paul Bick. Haley Noel Bollinger. Lindsay Jade Bullington. Courtney Allen Burns. Gage Ryan Bussinger. Hannah Marie Calvert. Ethan William Klingman. Wilmer Caravantes. Kyla Bryn Kanan. Caitlin Michelle Cardwell. Angel Castillo. Brazil Italy Castillo Barrera. Magdalene Sarah Clemens. Wyatt Delyn Clevenger. Nicole Marie Clifford. Alexis Haley Clubston. Bailey Alexander Coble. Bryce William Coble. Daniela Contreras. Kelsey Ann Cook. Nathaniel Michael Corbett. Cooper Troy Cote. Gracie Millennium Craig. Olivia Faith Cron. Logan Thomas Creamer. Grace Marie Criswell. Grace Marie Campbell. Artemio Cruz. Yuritsi Abigail Correa. Emily Caitlin Cunningham. Adam Michael Custer. Salvador De Leon. Natalie Page Beck. Ryan Jack Denton. Jacqueline Diaz Romero. Zoe Elizabeth Downey. Carissa Nicole Drake. Eileen Alicia Duran Sanchez. John Lee Dykstra. Malachi Matthew Ewing. Kylan Nicole Folks. Regan Joanne Franskowiak. Grace Victoria Fry. Angel May Garcia. Jonathan Nathaniel Garcia Matavia. Samantha Alyssa Hiron. Sadie Dale Britton. Carson Walker Gutwine. Brett Michael Hall. Leah K. Harker. Dawn Marie Harris. Sierra Nicole Hayden. Gage Allen Hendricks. John Alexander Hernandez. Peyton Earl Hurt. Mara Jade Horning. Reese Elliott Howard. Brenna Morgan Hunt. Kahari Latrell Eric Jackson. Kane Michael Jarvis. Noah Edward Johnston. Ira Michael Kale. Christopher John Michael Kaufman. Destiny Hope Kinsey. Alexis Jordan Cupkey. Ethan William Cupkey. Colby George Koppelman. Isaac Frank Lashbrook. Jordan Brant Lahaki. Tess Louise Lilly. Cassidy Rayanne Lindy. Nathan Isaiah Logston. Kiara Catherine Lucy. Joseph David Manahan. Dalton Denray Marole. Alex Martinez. Brittany Giselle Martinez. Kenya Yanera Martinez Duran. Madison Anna Mayo. Sydney McCall. Ella Rachel McNulty. Thomas Mulatto. Abigail Rose Milligan. Cameron Ryan Morgan. Mia Claire Marak. Haley Noel Nesbitt. Jordan Bailey Ness. Ruben Kane Ortega. Derek Christopher Overmeyer. Garrett Tyler Owens. Genevieve Marie Peppel. John Michael Peters. Julia Pulaskowicz. Renee Louise Pierce. Jose Osvaldo Portillo. Dominic Cannon Ramirez. Jonathan Robert Rands. Dalen Reese. Miguel Angel Reyes. Rosalind Lynn Ryder. Adamaris Giselle Rodriguez. Christian Jose Lisandro Rodriguez. Jalen Thomas Roush. Elizabeth Santiago Rodriguez. Micah Elaine Smith. Taylor Jasmine Sue Snyder. Lewis James Snyder. Bailey Jade Spriggs. John Michael Stack. Abigail Kristen Stewart. Sydney Nicole Sullivan. Jenna Michelle Swain. Benjamin Allen Tolley. Gustavo Adolfo Torres Ramirez. Madison Elizabeth Tribbett. Paige Erin Turner. Ashley Sue Vogel. Gage Michael Wandry. Cole Alexander Wargo. Hunter Blake Watwood. Dustin Lee Welker. Seth Cole Wood. Isabel Irene Woodhouse. Ashton Riley Yount. Gabriel Dean Zarzi.
Twain, once again, it's my honor to bring the class of 2021's valedictorian, Keenan Lindley, to the stage for the changing of the tassels. Will the class of 2021 please rise? Class of 2021, please follow your valedictorian in the changing of the tassels. Keenan and class of 2021, please take your left hand, move your graduation tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side of your cap, so the tassel is now hanging over your heart. It is now my pleasure to present the class of 2021. Congratulations. Please be seated. It is now my honor and pleasure to introduce Mr. Alexander Oliver to close our ceremony with a commencement benediction. Alexander is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Craig and Kristen Oliver. Alexander's future plans are to attend Ivy Tech, then Indiana University Kokomo to study administrative healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Oliver.
I'm going to make sure to read this as slow as possible. Just kidding, I'm hungry. Alright, so yeah, I'm Alex Oliver, and I hope you will all join me in listening to this wonderful benediction that will help to guide and protect this year's class graduates. Good and loving God, we thank you for the completion of another academic year, and for giving us the opportunity, shorter and quicker than one would have thought, to play a part in the lives of our students and our new graduates. We are grateful for your guidance and love as we share in this important work. Please bless and guide our graduates as they reach this end and as they chart new beginnings. May what they have learned by being here at this high school and within this town with us allow them to truly be women and men for others. May what we have learned from them enable us to be the same. Please help them to use all that they have learned here to make the world a better place, to serve others in true solidarity and kinship, to seek ways to help the poor, the marginalized, and those who are suffering, and to always seek the greater good. We know that some of them will experience pain and hardship, as we all have and will continue to have, and we ask you to grant us all solace and strength. Give us that power you have always put over us to seek you in times of despair, and to rejoice in the newfound strength found within you. Finally, Father, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to build our community with these young men and women while they are here. Though they are leaving our campus, we know that they will always be with us as part of the Xavier family. We ask that the bonds that have been created here remain strong despite any distance. We ask all of this in your name and in the name of your Son. Amen. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Alexander, and thank you, class of 2021. Parents, family, and friends, please allow our graduates to exit the gym at this time. We'll be taking a picture and like the Indian of the cap toss. Thank you.